WEFM News online on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Courts, we've got you. Save $1,000 on a Midday 30 cubic feet side-by-side fridge. Or maybe you're ready to turn your home entertainment up a notch. That means a larger TV. We've got you with an LG 70-inch Smart UHD 4K TV. Excited about making your new home feel more like you? We've got you. Get the Perth 3-piece living room set with a cup holder for only $4,999. Or shop Ashley Furniture Clearance for great deals and free furniture pieces today. Need a better mattress for more restful sleep? We've got the size and comfort that's right for you. Save $400 on a Restonic Comfort Care Pillow Top Queen mattress. Shop today and pay later. Whatever you need, we've got you. With up to 30% off store-wide. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with outstanding property taxes are being urged to reach out to the Inland Revenue Department to avoid consequences. Comptroller of the department, Kelvin Pompey, made the appeal during an appearance on WEFM's Activated Mornings program. Mr. Pompey said that persons who fail to take the necessary action as it pertains to their outstanding property taxes run the risk of having their assets seized, salaries garnished, and more. We hear more from Mr. Pompey.
We have an ongoing enforcement program going on as it relates to outstanding property taxes. And I'm encouraging persons whose properties are not on the tax roll or who have arrears to call at the department urgently, because we are ready and in a position right now to do the necessary enforcement action, which would commence at any day in terms of taking actions against property tax defaulters. So I just want to take this opportunity to remind persons, if you have property taxes outstanding, please call at the department immediately so that we can work out payment arrangements and prevent the issue from escalating to a level where salaries can be garnished and bank accounts garnished, assets can be seized, and also legal action can be taken in terms of seizure and sale of property.
That was the Comptroller of the Inland Revenue Department, Mr. Kelvin Pompey, speaking on WEFM's Activated Mornings program. Mr. Pompey last month disclosed that there is an estimated $40 million in outstanding property taxes that have yet to be recovered. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the RSVGPF, conducted a successful community engagement event in the community of South Rivers in the Eastern Policing Division on April 18, 2024. The initiative included a community walkthrough followed by a town hall meeting attended by the Commissioner of Police, the Deputy Commissioner, other gazetted officers from the RSVGPF High Command, and several senior and junior officers. This community policing initiative aimed to provide the residents of South Rivers a platform to voice their grievances, compliments, and constructive criticism. The event was a direct response to recent concerns about safety in the area, and it allowed police to listen to the community's concerns. During the town hall meeting, Superintendent of Police Mr. Hezron Ballantyne, Divisional Commander of the Eastern Division, addressed the attendees, emphasizing the historically peaceful reputation of South Rivers. He highlighted the uncharacteristic nature of the recent violent incidents and stressed the importance of community cooperation in crime reporting. Still on the local scene, residents of St. Vincent and the Grenadines are being encouraged to practice conservative water consumption as a dry spell persists. The Central Water and Sewerage Authority, the CWSA, said it has become necessary to continue water rationing in certain areas until conditions improve. CWSA Representative Ryan McDowell, while speaking on WeFM's Activated Mornings program, said that conservative water consumption is encouraged not only during the dry season but all year round. We hear more from Miss McDowell.
Now we've been doing conservation from a school level upwards, and we always start with when you brush your teeth, turn off the tap. We know we have this innate habit of leaving on the tap while you're brushing up your teeth. Same thing for when you're getting showered. You're bathing and the shower is on running. That is a number of gallons being wasted that you could be drinking when you're out of water. Also, don't use grey water. Now, grey water is water that has been likely used before. So, for instance, when you're washing up, you can use that water to wet your plants rather than using water directly from the pipe, because that again is potable water. And you can have these creative ways of reusing water that can help you lower your water bill and conserve water as well, because water is not limitless. It's finite, and at some point you're going to run out. So conservation is useful for the dry season and overall.
That was CWSA Representative Ryan McDowell speaking on WeFM's Activated Mornings program. Ms. McDowell urged persons living in areas under water level advisories, watches, and warnings to limit and, in some cases, desist from non essential water usage, such as the washing of vehicles. The CWSA's water management alert system is posted and updated regularly in full on their social media channels as well as their official website. On to news in the region. Dominica's High Court has overturned a ban on consensual same sex relations in the nation. The court ruled parts of the law that criminalized same sex activity went against the country's constitution. A gay man living in Dominica who brought the case said the law violated his constitutional rights. LGBTQ activists welcomed the decision, hailing it as a significant milestone in the ongoing struggle for LGBTQ rights in the Caribbean. The court ruled that Sections 14 and 16 of the Sexual Offences Act, which criminalized consensual same sex activity between adults, were unconstitutional. Writing in the ruling, Justice Kimberly Sinag-Fulgence said the court found they breached the right to liberty, freedom of expression, and protection of personal privacy as enshrined in the country's constitution. The anonymous claimant, an openly gay man, stated that the laws had condemned him to live in constant fear of criminal sanction for engaging in consensual sexual activity, and further argued that these laws incited hateful and violent conduct towards him and other LGBT persons, which he said prevented him from living and expressing himself freely and in dignity. 3 million children in Haiti are in need of humanitarian assistance as continuing gang violence hampers aid delivery, the head of the UN Children's Agency UNICEF has said. Catherine Russell said the situation in gang-racked Haiti was catastrophic and growing worse by the day. She told a meeting of the UN Security Council that in many areas essential services had collapsed. Meanwhile, a transitional presidential council has still not been sworn in. While Haiti has been blighted by gangs for years, the armed group stepped up their attacks at the end of February when Prime Minister Ariel Henry traveled to Kenya to seal a deal for a multinational security force to be deployed to the Caribbean nation. Mr. Henry was prevented from returning to Haiti as the gangs attacked the international airport, forcing its closure. He agreed last month to step aside as soon as a transitional presidential council was created and remains abroad. However, the formation of the council has been beset by delays and internal disagreements. The council's 9 members have yet to be sworn in before they can take over power. On the international scene, Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to reject any sanctions on the country's military after reports that the US plans to cut aid to 1 unit. I will fight it with all my strength, the Prime Minister said on Sunday. Earlier, the Axios news site said the US would target Israel's Netzah Yehuda battalion over alleged human rights violations in the occupied West Bank. According to the BBC, any move would come under a US ban on aid to foreign units credibly implicated in violations. When asked last week about reports that US military aid to the Israel Defense Forces IDF units would be cut over allegations of human rights abuses in the occupied West Bank, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said, "I've made determinations. You can expect to see them in the days ahead." America, Israel's main ally, has never suspended aid to an IDF unit before. The Israeli military said Netzah Yehuda was operating in accordance with international law. Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant called on the US to withdraw its intention to sanction Netzah Yehuda, saying the world was watching the ties between the US and Israel more closely than ever. And finally, in sports, Team Athletics SVG will hold the 2024 edition of the Wendell Hercules National Championships over the next 2 weekends. Preliminaries for the sprint events will be held on Saturday, April 27th at the Sir Vincent Beach National Stadium from 1 p.m. The semifinals and finals of all events will be May 4th and 5th. Prior to the start on May 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Kids Athletics program will be held. Kids Athletics is Team Athletic SVG's grassroots track and field initiative aimed at introducing children between 4 and 14 years old to the basics and the fundamentals of the sport. Registration for the championships can be done by logging on to teamathletics.com. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts Sir Vincent Limited.
Hey, have you heard? Courts Yard Sale is back again. Yes, 2 days of crazy deals. Friday 26th and Saturday 27th April. Going down at the Courts Warehouse, Zion Hill, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. each day. Get ridiculously low prices on slightly dented and clearance items like a 9 cubic foot fridge for only $600. 30-inch stoves from as low as $700. Imagine getting laptops from as low as $300. Even smart TVs for just $500. Everything must go. Offers available on both cash and credit purchases. You can't afford to miss this massive clearance sale. Friday 26th and Saturday 27th April. Only at Courts Warehouse, Zion Hill. Courts, bringing value home.